You've practiced on LeetCode for weeks. You've memorized data structures and algorithms. You walk into the technical interview, solve the coding challenge on the whiteboard, and you feel confident. Then, a week later, you get the generic rejection email. We've decided to move forward with other candidates. What went wrong? The truth is, the technical interview is a black box for most developers. You're judged on a dozen unspoken rules and hidden criteria that are never mentioned in the job description. Hiring managers are looking for so much more than just a correct answer. Today, we are opening that black box. We are going to reveal the 7 critical secrets that hiring managers for tech roles are looking for. But we'll never explicitly tell you. Master these, and you'll go from being just another coder to being the candidate they have to hire. Secret number 1. Your thought process is more important than your final code. This is the single biggest secret in technical interviews. A candidate who struggles, communicates their thought process, and arrives at a decent solution is almost always preferred over a candidate who silently writes a perfect solution in 2 minutes. Why? Because in the real world, problems are messy. They want to see how you think. When you get a problem, don't just start coding. Verbalize your process. Say it out loud. Okay, my initial thought is to use a hash map to store the values for O1 lookup. This would be efficient for retrieval, but let me consider the memory implications. Another approach could be to sort the array first, which would be OE, and log and DIN. And then, you are literally showing them your brain works. This demonstrates critical thinking, communication, and a methodical approach. All skills that are vital for working on a real engineering team. They aren't hiring a code-writing machine. They're hiring a problem solver. Secret number 2. We want to see how you handle being wrong. No one writes perfect code on the first try. The interview is designed to test your ego and your coachability. The interviewer might intentionally poke holes in your logic or give you a hint. Are you sure that will handle a null input? Or, is there a more space-efficient way to do this? This is a test. A bad candidate gets defensive. They might argue or shut down. A great candidate embraces the feedback. A winning response is, "That's an excellent point. I hadn't considered the case of a null input. Thank you for catching that. Let me add a check at the beginning of the function to handle that edge case." This shows you are humble, collaborative, and easy to work with. It proves you can handle a code review and that you see feedback as a gift, not an attack. We would rather hire a good coder who is great to work with than a brilliant coder who is a nightmare on a team. Secret number 3. Your GitHub or personal projects are your real resume. Your resume lists your skills. Your GitHub proves them. A hiring manager will almost always look at your public code repositories before they even talk to you. A well-maintained GitHub profile with 1 or 2 interesting, well-documented projects is worth more than a dozen bullet points on a resume. What are we looking for? We're not looking for a massive, complex application. We're looking for clean, readable code. We're looking for good commit messages. We're looking for a README file that clearly explains what the project is and how to run it. This shows passion, initiative, and pride in your work. It proves that you love to code, not just that you can code. If you don't have personal projects, start one this weekend. Build a simple tool that solves a problem you have. It's the single best way to stand out from the hundreds of other resumes on our desk. Secret number 4. We are screening for your culture contribution, not just culture fit. The old idea of culture fit was a bit problematic, often meaning, is this person just like us? Progressive tech companies now look for culture contribution. This means, what unique perspective or skill do you bring that will make our team better and more diverse in thought? This is tested through behavioral questions. When they ask, "Tell me about a project you're really proud of," they don't just want to hear about the tech stack. They want to see what motivates you. A great answer connects the technical work to a bigger purpose. For example, I'm really proud of a small feature I built that automated a tedious reporting process for the marketing team. Technically, it was a simple Python script, but it saved them 10 hours of manual work every week. I love being able to use my coding skills to make my colleagues' lives easier and more productive. This answer shows you are empathetic, a team player, and that you think about the business impact of your code, not just the code itself. Secret number 5. The questions you ask us are often more revealing than the answers you give us. At the end of the interview, when we say, "Do you have any questions for us?" this is not a formality. It is a critical part of the evaluation. A candidate who says, "Nope, I think you've covered everything," is a major red flag. It signals a lack of curiosity and engagement. A great candidate comes prepared with deep, insightful questions that prove they've done their research and are thinking like an engineer on the team. Don't ask about salary or benefits. Ask about the work. For example, I saw on your engineering blog that you recently migrated from a monolithic to a microservices architecture. What have been some of the biggest challenges and unexpected benefits of that transition? Or, how does the team handle technical debt? Is there a formal process for refactoring, or is it handled on a case-by-case basis? These questions show you are thinking on a higher level and are genuinely interested in the craft of software engineering at their company. Secret number 6. It's better to admit you don't know than to try and bluff. We don't expect you to be a walking encyclopedia of every framework and language. Technology changes too fast for that. We will sometimes ask questions we know are obscure just to see what you'll do. A bad candidate will try to make up an answer. It's always obvious, and it destroys your credibility. A fantastic candidate is confident enough to be honest. The magic phrase is, "I'm not familiar with that specific technology, but here's how I would approach learning it." For example, "I haven't had the chance to work with Kubernetes directly, but my understanding is that it's a container orchestration tool similar in concept to Docker Swarm, which I have used. My process for getting up to speed would be to start with the official documentation, build a small Hello World application to understand the deployment process, and then explore some best practice tutorials on YouTube." This answer turns a weakness into a strength. It proves you are honest, humble, and most importantly, it shows you have a process for learning, which is the most important skill any developer can have. Secret number 7. The behavioral questions are your final exam. For many engineers, the behavioral interview feels like a soft, unimportant formality after the real technical interview. This is a massive mistake. The behavioral questions are a hard filter. When we ask, "Tell me about a time you had a technical disagreement with a colleague," we are testing for your collaboration skills. We're screening for arrogance, poor communication, and an inability to work in a team. A single bad answer here can absolutely kill your chances, no matter how well you did on the coding challenge. Use the STAR method to structure your answers. Talk about how you listen to your colleague's perspective, how you used data to make a decision, and how you focused on the best outcome for the project, not on being right. This is where you prove you are a professional, not just a programmer. So to recap, communicate your thought process, embrace feedback, showcase your passion through projects, show how you'll contribute to the culture, ask smart questions, be honest about what you don't know, and take the behavioral questions as seriously as you take the code. The best tech companies aren't just looking for the smartest coders, they are looking for the best teammates. Show them you can be both. The world of work is changing faster than ever, and staying informed is your best strategy. The Curve, make sure you subscribe to GradPro Path. We deliver the latest career news, actionable strategies, and expert guides to help you navigate your future and build a successful, AI-proof career.